Hi, this is Chuck, better known as Low Trade. Today I'm going to do a video on the bottom bounce play and how you should look for and determine when to enter and exit these types of moves. I'm going to start with no one, and I mean no one, can call a bottom. So the best you can do is add a play that's retracing continuously to a watch list when you think that there's a bottom. And once the bottom turns and you cross your first resistance or gap, which is in this area, that would be your entry signal. Again, calling a bottom and entering where you think the bottom is the biggest mistake you can make. Never enter a expected bottom bounce before first resistance is broken. Now, how do you pick first resistance? A gap is easy to find. You can see here in the green box that there's only candle tails that have filled this gap, so it's not really filled. So I will draw this line across here and say a gap or a resistance point are the levels that you're trying to achieve. So the resistance points, anytime you have candles which reach the same level, it's a resistance point. It could be a single candle, that would be a weak resistance point. The more candles that are involved in that price level, the stronger the resistance point. Now, the second thing in determining the strength of the resistance point is a series of candles showing resistance is not as strong as a reversal point. So if you have an uptrend and then a reversal, that resistance point is stronger than 3 candles in a level position or 4 candles. And once again, the more candles that are involved, the stronger. So a 1 candle resistance point is very weak. A 2 candle would be a little bit stronger. A 3 candle would be a little bit stronger. A 4 candle would be stronger yet. A reversal point is stronger yet. So this is how you would determine your various points where you should exit as you play this thing coming up. Now, as I mentioned, you're trading a higher risk trade in playing this type of play, and the reason I say that is normally the turn will start and it'll start coming up and get you excited and want to get in before any of the indicators, entry or exit indicators, show that you should get in. As you can see here, this thing went negative way back here, and it's continuing to go negative, and the ADX is showing you that there's a strong momentum in keeping this thing negative. So there's absolutely 110% no indication here that this retrace is anywhere close to a bottom. Now we come down to our other entrance exit indicator, the 5, 10, and 20, and again we have straight lines down, straight lines, and even the 5 has increased the angle. So this play right now is telling you you're not even close to the bottom. We come down to our supporting indicators, and as you can see, B out, and we're heading back to B out, and the negative pressure on this move is continuing to come down. So evaluating this individual play, I would say you're not going to see a bottom turn if you see one, or this is not close to a bottom, one or the other. Now, but for evaluating a turn, what you would do is if you felt because of this little stall point right here that a bottom is possibly forming, you should put this stock on a watch list. Now, if this 5 starts to turn up, or if the green ADX DI plus starts to turn up, now you have a slight indication that you may be correct. There may be a bottom occurring here, and you could move the stock from watch to a strong watch. A watch, you usually check it once a week. A strong watch, you check it every day for the move to go the direction you want. So we're going to make believe that this is a true bottom, and it's going to turn. And what'll happen is the candles will start turning positive and they'll start going up. And as this occurs, you'll see the 5 start to turn up, and eventually it will cross the 10. Now, normally what you'll see is that cross of the 10 and the 5 will happen when you reach somewhere around your first resistance or gap point. So I would expect, if the turn started today and started going up, as it comes up to this point right around here, you will see this indicator start turning positive and giving you an entry signal, and you will probably see this starting to turn and come up, and this continuing to come down to show that you're getting close to an entry signal occurring. Now, once that occurs, you don't enter this stock until you have hit or crossed one of these resistance lines. Now, so your entry point should be around 50 cents on this play. Now, what you do is you play, because these are unpredictable, and you have to expect that it's going to run all the way back, and everyone's going to be happy with this stock to the very top. But odds are somewhere along the way it's going to hit a resistance point that it can't break. And the retail mindset is enough is enough, and you're going to hit an exhaustion point. So what I always recommend is entering at your first level, exiting at your second. Now usually there's a basing of the stock around the second resistance point. When that occurs, you'll be out, and you put it back on strong watch. Now, if the thing starts to come back down, you just walk away from it. If it turns around and crosses the second resistance point, that's your re-entry for the play. And you just keep stepping yourself up. Enter, exit. Enter, exit. Enter, exit. That's the way you play these things. You don't hold these things for the top. You don't enter before first resistance is broken. And the best you can do is guess at the bottom and put it on watch. And when it starts to turn, take it off a watch and put it on strong watch. It's fairly basic. You really you're not waiting for confirming indicators. You're waiting for resistance levels being broken, and odds are the entry and exit signals will not give you a entry and exit indication. That's about it for this one. I highly do not recommend playing them. There are many other chart patterns that are more positive and less risky. But it seems that the board loves these things, so you should at least know what to look for, how to place your resistance points, how to enter and exit, and I hope you've gotten something out of all this information.